Hi, I'm Alan.
And I'm Emily.
Recently, accessibility and closed captioning of videos has been a hot topic here at Kirkwood. A big thanks to all instructors who are taking steps toward making your course materials more accessible.
Captioning video content is a great first step along the path, but course content is more varied than video.
And that's why we want to discuss some best practices for making your pages, documents, and even PowerPoints accessible.
Let's start with PDF documents. The good news is that PDF documents can be made accessible as long as they're more than embedded images of text. Screen readers are not able to read from an image file of text.
So how do you know if it's an embedded image? Using Adobe Reader, try to highlight some of the text. If you can't highlight it, it's likely an image and probably not accessible.
In Word and PowerPoint, a great first place to start is the Accessibility Checker. This can be found under the File menu, Inspect Document, Check Accessibility.
This will give you a list of accessibility issues found in the document and suggestions for changing them.
Talon also has an accessibility checker built into the HTML editor. This is useful for checking any HTML pages or files you have added to your course.
Checking documents after the fact is great, but let's now talk about how you can create more accessible documents from the moment your finger hits the keyboard.
So alt text needs to be provided for all images. In Talon, you'll be prompted to do this whenever you add an image to a page. In Word and PowerPoint, you'll need to format the picture and add alt text and possibly a description if the alt text isn't enough to describe the image.
If you have an image that contains a lot of information, like an infographic, you'll need to provide a detailed text description of the image. This is especially important if the image communicates course information or content. This could be done in the description field or in a paragraph right up below the image.
Remember, images in this case also include things like smart art, shapes, charts, graphs, etc. And all will need to have that alt text applied. Otherwise, screen readers will just say image.
Tables in Talon or Word should really only be used when displaying tabular data. Tables need to always have table headers that are distinguished from regular table data.
Links need meaningful titles that can be spoken instead of the entire URL. Something like Google that is hyperlinked is more accessible than click here or http://www, which that can be very confusing in some cases and very lengthy when read out loud by a screen reader.
Yeah, try not to use too much color as well, or avoid using color to convey meaning. If you do choose to use color, be sure to use a text color with a high contrast from the background color.
When formatting documents or slides, consistently apply text styles. You will likely use headings, and you'll want to use them in the proper order. Heading 1 for the biggest, then heading 2, etc. Avoid using heading 2 without heading 1, and using heading styles instead of resizing your text will make your document a lot easier for students to navigate who are visually impaired.
In PowerPoint, avoid flashy themes with busy backgrounds or low contrast. The simpler the better. Transitions and animations, while fun, can have a negative impact on accessibility.
And if you plan to post your now accessible PowerPoint slides in Talon, consider converting them to PDF first. This will remove your animations and greatly reduce the document's load time.
Making course materials that are accessible to every student just makes sense. We'll also include some links to more resources for you to explore in the description below.
And if you have questions or suggestions, please let us know, and thanks for watching.